We teach A-level public services here, and as part of the course we wanted to introduce them to a range of sports that were not the normal sports, because the children that we tended to have were not children who like rugby, football.
They actually came to us to kind of work in partnership for developing their public service students, and they had been given a certain amount of funding, and in terms of kind of ensuring the longevity of that funding, what we did was we actually trained a number of the students up so that they were not only becoming proficient at sailing themselves, but actually looking to kind of become future instructors.
As Stanborough Lakes is so close to us, not many of our students would have gone off their own back and gone down to the park and have sailed, one due to the cost, as they always think it's a very expensive sport, and secondly, you know, a lot of them come from the local estates where they see football as their sport and they wouldn't think twice to go and take part in something as good as sailing. So I think it's given them that opportunity and different, you know, variety of sports to do.
I think one of the things from the Olympics this year was that everybody should be involved and it should be open to all, and everybody should have the chance to try something new. So us having a little bit of funding as well as getting them to just give a little bit has enabled them to try something completely new, and seeing it on the telly as well is really encourages them to get involved.
You see it on the telly and you think, oh, that'd be awesome to try, but you never really get the opportunity to do it. But then as soon as the school gave me the opportunity and I found out what it was like, I was really interested in it and wanted to continue it.
Well, the school obviously started doing the sailing, so I thought might as well go and do it, and part of the course, so it was a lot of fun, and got into it, started sailing off and on whenever the school did it. It was probably like once or twice a week, and just started it from there.
I was really excited because I've never done it before, and like I love doing things on the water, but I didn't really know what it was going to be like because I didn't know how it would be set out, so my idea of it, what it would actually look like, was completely different.
And what was very quickly obvious was the fact that many of the young people who were first a little bit nervous about it, some of them were not strong swimmers, some of them had not done any sailing before, took to it like ducks to water.
I became more confident in the leadership side, being able to take control, being able to show people, teach people, show them how it should be. Teaching from another boat, teaching other people, you have to use your voice a lot more, you have to use, be confident.
Teamwork skills was sometimes I had to work with people that I don't normally work with, but at the same time I had to use initiative. So if the speedboat was far away and it was quite windy and it was going to capsize, we had to quickly know what to do.
Yeah, it's made me work with different people that I wouldn't usually work with and trust them because you might capsize. So yeah, it's definitely given me more skills.
Well, the people that have done the sailing I know have become more of like a tight-knit group. They look out for each other, they help each other out when it comes to like little problems they need to do, and there's, instead of like the years being separated, years of like sort of grouped together.
I've noticed definitely a few in my class that were a little bit withdrawn before and their behaviour was an issue. Because they're focusing and channeling their energies into something else, they are more focused, they get on with their work, they know what's expected of them. It's getting them into the routine of actually behaving the way they should in a lesson because they have something to do that they enjoy.
They've done brilliantly, I have to say, considering none of them have come from any sort of water sports background. They have all come in with a real kind of keenness to learn, and they were all kind of in it together, and it created that real camaraderie within the group as well. And they've really developed their communication skills, have come on leaps and bounds. They're now coaching people who haven't been sailing themselves before, so they've got that as a skill that they're kind of developing and learning.
When we did the taster sessions for teachers, what we did was we put 2 teachers into a boat with one of the public services students, and the teachers were nervous about it.
I am absolutely petrified of falling in the water, so I was really nervous about that, but some of the students have done it before and they reassured me that I would be absolutely fine. I would be wearing a life jacket. If I fell in, someone would pull me straight out, and I'm not very coordinated, so I was a bit worried about that as well, but it was absolutely fine and I'm hopefully better than I thought I was going to be.
I think it has only improved the discipline between the two. It's increased the respect, and certainly the staff are very keen to go sailing with the kids now. because they do see the benefits in the classroom. Well, certainly for my young people, the doors keep opening. This is one of the things that's important. James and Jordan are going to be sailing instructors at Stanborough, and that will be casual work for the year.
Well, I've been guaranteed a job at Stanborough Lakes, teaching sailing and kayaking and stuff like that. It was mainly going down to the lakes, helping out whenever they needed like hands, when they had like large groups. And then I spoke to them about if there was any chance of me getting a job, and they said apply in February, so I did.
Lewis, who's in Year 12 Public Services, I think it's fair to say, had a very difficult time here, to the point where we thought that he and the school might part ways.
When I was 10, my brother died. He saved someone's life but was killed in the process. I didn't know really what to do. I was getting really angry at school, like fighting and stuff like that, because I didn't know how to cope with it. And I started getting suspended. I had to go to a behavioural school called the Park for a bit. I got 9 suspensions, and they were for like stupid things really. When I was in Year 10, I was contemplating whether to leave early and join the army, but he sat me down and brought my mum in and he explained, well, don't actually do it, because you're going to make a stupid mistake and you're going to regret it for years to come. And if you come sailing with me, I guarantee that you're going to enjoy yourself, and it's going to be more practical than theory stuff, and that's what's really happened. And I've noticed since I've started doing loads more practical, I've learned how to channel the energy in that I've got through to something positive. Miss Sam was like a huge influence for me as well. Like, he was the one, he would sit you down and not just talk to you as a teacher, I'd talk to you more as like a friend, like, oh come on mate, you know you're better than this, don't bother doing it. Through the sailing, through the fact that I can have lots of pastoral conversations in a boat, his confidence has grown. He likes being on the water. He has spent quite a lot of the time in the rescue boat with me, pulling kids out of the water. He's just part of the team, and he knows his job, and if a kid goes, I don't need to tell him what to do. And I have used him with some of the difficult children we've had, and he manages them very well.
I think it's brought a lot of excitement, brought a lot of commitment, those opportunities, and it just leading on and on and on. We are growing as a sporting centre really for our students, and I hope within time, many of our students will get that opportunity to, one, have been down there and sailed, and secondly, hopefully 2 or 3 of them will take it up as a hobby which they will then continue into later life. If one becomes an Olympian, great.